Good morning from the Four Seasons. I mean, the Cracker Barrel. So, full house last night. Some people have left already. So let's go take a tour of my neighbors as I head to the airport. Not to fly, but to go get my car and drive home again. Every other week I go home and see my daughter for a couple days, and until we get things changed, which I'm hoping will be in April. I don't know. Anyway, it takes two to tango. So we got that has like a little box for the bikes on the back. That's cute. I need something like that. I need something that's a little bit more sturdy, permanent. We got this guy in his coach house, Dodge coach house. The British people left yesterday. We've got a Dodge Ram. We have a Tioga. That's an old like Breaking Bad thing. We've got Dodge Ram there. We've got a Ford Transit right there. And there were some other people last night. They've all left. It's already like 6:20. A couple car campers, couple regulars. And I'm just gonna go this way. I gotta throw out my trash. Is there a trash can? Anybody? Bueller? Yeah, and I slept all right. I was getting like, sometimes like when I can't sleep, it gets like, not like I get itchy. I don't know, it's like the circadian rhythm. Like right when I'm going to bed, I just get like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to like fall asleep sometimes. All right, I just threw my trash out. No hot air balloons this morning, a little bit too windy. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna drive 15 minutes to the airport. Is this glass? I don't know what that is. There's glass on the ground. I don't know why there's glass. I don't know. I don't make the rules. Okay, beautiful morning. My new camera is going off, going person detected. I'm like, yes, I'm driving. It's called driving, people. Okay. Let's get out of here. And yeah, I slept pretty well. Took me a little bit of time to get to sleep. I think because I worked out at like 5 p.m. last night at the gym, so I was a little wired. And so stayed up a little bit late, uploaded 2 more videos, and then went to bed. Oh, the leaves are on the trees now. Winter is over. There was no winter. Anyway, yeah, when I come back next week, I'll come back. I'm gonna try to get back, if I can get back Monday night, that'd be great. And then I can go up to Santa Fe Tuesday morning. My friend has surgery Wednesday morning, so I'll take him to the hospital and then play non-stop Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys music. I'm just kidding. It's always fun when you're keeper of your friends when they're sick or they have surgery, because it's like, oh, you don't want to eat porridge? You're gonna eat porridge. No, it's okay. I'm pretty good about caring for people. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and then that's Wednesday, and then he'll have some home help in the mornings. And so Thursday I'll be there. Friday I'll go do that tent rock thing, since I bought a $1 ticket. You also have to pay $12 for like tribal land, so I'm gonna go do it anyway. I'll see how I feel. Maybe I won't. I'm only out $1. And usually it's like $12 or $15 or something, but with interagency pass it's only $1. And then after that, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I'll just see how my friend feels, if he needs me around or not, and then I'll go maybe out for a few days, maybe up to Colorado. I don't know, I just got to go do some long drives, kind of get out of here and do some hikes and mountain biking. Or maybe I'll just do La Tierra trails, but I need a new chain on my downhill bike. Even though I got everything else fixed, there's always something else that breaks. So the chain is a little loose, so I need to get the chain replaced, which is fine. Anyway, so yeah, beautiful morning. It's 48 degrees, very windy right now. It looks like my 3rd solar panel is going to be great. So I've plugged in my camera, my new camera. So I have a dash cam and my camera. So those are plugged in. And then one's the external camera for the dash cam, the other one is the internal camera. And so both are great. The dash cam like records to an SD card, both of them do. But it's great because I can monitor them from my phone from afar. So yeah, so I'm just gonna park up at the airport and then go get my car. Hopefully the windshield's fine. I got a rock chip on it, so I need to get that fixed this weekend. So I'll go find some supermarket parking lot guy that can fix my rock chip crack. There's a guy in Santa Fe, but my car isn't in Santa Fe. It's in Albuquerque. And then yeah, so fun weekend, a busy weekend. It's gonna rain all weekend in Houston, which is fine. We'll just have a lazy weekend, me and my daughter. And then Monday, she's got spring break next week, so I'll head back pretty early. She's with her dad for spring break, so I will, just kind of turn around Monday morning and head right back. Just try to get back here as soon as possible. And that's it. So yeah, pretty easy. It's been, a good 3 weeks or so. So being up in Santa Fe, beautiful up there. But yeah, I want to do some other stuff. I want to kind of explore, maybe take the rail runner again. I don't know. I'll figure out some stuff. There's lots to do up there. Obviously no more snow. I think that's it. I think the snow's gone. I think we caught the last day at Taos where it was like skiing in a Slurpee. But I would like to get better at skiing. I used to be really good at skiing before my spine injury. But I just have no rotation on my hip, on my left hip especially, like both hips. But my left hip especially because of the way that I broke my back and my pelvis 20 years ago. I just don't have the left rotation, which I can ice skate because that's my bear down leg, that's my spinning leg. But I can't like turn left. So when I'm on skis, I can't do like the edges and like, go slalom back and forth because I just can't turn my body to the left. So it was very frustrating, and I didn't actually realize that until I skied in 2024 when I was in Mammoth. And I put the skis on and I was all like getting off the ski lift and ready to go, and I was like, my leg isn't moving. Like it's almost like being paralyzed. I was like, I can't move my leg. My leg will not turn. And I was like, what the hell? And so then the whole day I was like, I don't know what's wrong. So I've only ever snowboarded. I started snowboarding in Japan like 26 years ago. And then I snowboarded pretty much the whole time after that and skied a few times. But I skied in Japan as well when like skis were available. If I didn't have my snowboard, I'd just get skis. And that was fun. And so I skied like when I was a teenager and all that stuff. But yeah, having no rotation, because the snowboard, I always have my bear down, like my left leg in front, and I very rarely change directions on the snowboard. I'm always kind of got my left leg in front always, except when I'm like, cutting edges and stuff. But I'm, much better snowboarder, and I was like, I just couldn't believe that I couldn't move my leg. And I was like, this is nuts. And so when we skied in Santa Fe and Taos, I was with a different friend, and he was a lot more patient and not like, well, you should do this. I'm like, my body just doesn't work that way. And running an adaptive nonprofit, I've done all these activities with other people that are adaptive or have disabilities or limitations or mobility issues, as well as PTSD. And so I'm very, very patient with them. But now I kind of know how it is for them, because I've always done sports in the last like 20 years that have been conducive to my body, right? So, but skiing was a whole different beast. So I'd like to get better at doing the turns, but I just don't know if my body will move that way. I took a yoga class on, I think it was on Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. I took a yoga class at the community center. And that was fine. I haven't done yoga in like 5 years because I had the hand surgeries and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it was okay. But I went out and bought a yoga mat so I could go like do yoga more, and it's been hanging up in my van for the last 3 days. But yeah, so I need to really get back into that, because I used to teach it for like 15 years. I taught it for 4 years in college, and then taught it in Japan to like little ladies, and then taught it after that. But then I kind of stopped teaching when I had my daughter, and some other stuff, because I had really bad carpal tunnel when I was pregnant. Like, I didn't have any morning sickness, no swollen ankles, nothing. I just had to wear these wrist braces because I had this really bad carpal tunnel. It's really bizarre. But I think it's because you have more blood in your body when you're pregnant. So, but anyway, back to me. Yeah, I mean, when I was ice skating on Wednesday before I went to my yoga class, I ice skated Wednesday. I took yoga Tuesday. I went to the gym Tuesday. Monday I went to the gym and took yoga. Tuesday I rode at La Tierra Trails. Wednesday I did ice skating. So when I was ice skating, I was kind of doing the slalom on the ice skates. It's no big deal. So I wish I could wear those like ski shoes. They're kind of like mini like skis that are like shoes. And I would just barrel down the mountain in that thing. So that'd be like rollerblading down half pipes. So I'd rather do that But I don't think the ski resorts allow you to have ski shoes. I think you have to have skis or snowboards. I don't even think some of them allow you to have those little like razor scooters, you know, like where you can like the razor scooter ski thing that you can have for like little kids. So I don't know. I would rather, honestly, if I had like a set of ski poles and those ski shoes, I would be fine. I wouldn't even need the ski poles, but I would be able to, like, you know, shred the slope. No problem. I'll look into it. They had them at the ski shop for rent, and I almost got them, but I didn't know if you were allowed to have them at Taos. So plus Taos was a little slushy, so it was a little icy at some parts in the shady bit. So it would have been like ice skating, but on rollerblades with skis going downhill. So I don't know about that combination. Anyway, excited to get out of here, excited to go home. I miss my daughter, and it's going to be a good weekend. It'll be a soggy, wet, rainy weekend, and it'll still be sticky and humid, but I guess the winter is over. I guess we didn't really have a winter, which is fine. Oh, something just flew off at me. Did you see that? What was that? I don't know. I have this fear of like mattresses and ladders, but luckily that was rubber. I thought that was like a one of those like weights when you're at the gym and you're doing like you know, squats and powerlifting and stuff. Anyway, I had a nice drive yesterday. 2 failed hikes. The Sandia Cave, which I didn't even want to get up that road, even though the pickup truck couple were like, you know, it's only like right up there and it's a 10-minute hike. I'm like, it's not worth it. I'm turning around. I don't have time for this. And then the other one was the tent rocks, which I ended up buying the ticket for $1 on recreation.gov. You have to have reservations. Some places, even though it says reservation required, a lot of times you can just buy it when you get there, but they limit it to only 100 people. So that's the issue too, is that like you have to wait for somebody to cancel. It's kind of like the Wave, but the Wave is a lottery. But they were pretty, like, you can tell they were pretty annoyed of like everyone showing up with like not understanding the information, because it wasn't actually very clear, and they didn't know that they had to also buy a tribal pass, we called a purple pass, and they also had to have reservations. So there were lots of people showing up ready to go look at it and checking in and not realizing that they needed to have reservation. Especially like these 2 Moroccan girls were like speaking French to each other and like bad mouthing them, and like because they didn't know that they had the wrong reservation, they bought the wrong ticket, and so they were getting angry about that. Then they were getting angry because they had to also pay for another, like, you know, $20 each on site for the purple pass instead of $12 in person. And then they got angry again when, well, they finally found the correct pass. They bought 2 different hiking trails, and so they had the right one eventually, but then they were pissed off they had to pay another $40 and that they couldn't just drive in on their own. And so, you know, these guys have to sit there all day like dealing with that. But then again, it's like, it's not clear. Like, it's not clear. You have to be clear. So anyway, I don't know where I'm going. Sunport. Did I miss it? I think I might have missed it. Okay. Yeah, I think I went too far. Let me turn around and figure out where I'm going. This is not where I need to go. I went way too far. I think I went past the airport. Okay, I know where I am. There's the Maverick down there. Again, my phone is like, I detect a person. I know I'm here. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm still sitting in the same seat. Pretty cool camera. All right, I'm here, but they've got these road cones right next to my car. Luckily the windshield isn't cracked more than it was with the rock chips, so this is quick and dirty, but there's my car there. I don't know why they've got more road cones over there. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let me just get everything out. I'm gonna leave pretty quick. So let me find my keys. And I think I can turn the van off. Okay, quick and dirty. Okay, let's do this. very much. All right, oil change is done. That was weird. I wasn't even in the system. I'm like, I only ever come to take 5. But I had a $25 coupon, which was a little bit better than 25% off, I think. I don't know. It was like, I probably should have used a military discount. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know the math. Okay, now I need to get out of here. I need gas. And I've still got 7 hours before I get to Houston. So, pushing on through. So let me go find a gas station. I should get a car wash as well. But they just tried to get most of the bugs off the window. I think they did pretty well. I'd say they did a pretty good job. It took like, it was like, you know, the joke, like, it is a 2-man job, and it's like, you know, it's not a 2-man job, but it's like 2 gardeners, and one's like lifting the other gardener up to like do a 1-man job, but they're trying to both get paid for it. I think it was that kind of thing. It was that meme. It was like, this is not a 2-man job, people. It's a 1-man job. Okay. These cars are like barreling through here. All right, so let me go find a gas station. I'm now in Lubbock. And yeah, it's just, you know, your average Texan college town. But I think there should be a gas station. I've got 196 miles. Okay, yeah, so he took a little bit of air out the tires, which is good. So now my tires are normal. So let me go this way. Yeah, so it's fine driving 980 miles through Texas every time I have to go home and come back, because I stop in Lubbock or Abilene, which is the next town. Whoa! Alright, my next stop of never getting to Houston, I need to get my air tire pressure checked because it's still a little bit high. So you have to have the car on and it beeps when it's at the right amount. And so I think this person is, please wait to pull forward. Okay, so yeah, so this person in front of me just sitting here, I'm like, air check is ahead. So yeah, so I need to do air check before they close, and then I've got 5 hours before I get to Houston. So yeah, easy drive, not a lot going on. You know, it's like 86 degrees right now, which is ridiculous. Or it's so hot here, but it feels nice. It's not that humid. Let me put my emotional support chickies back here. There we go. Thank you.